no big deal. Quick fix for these ones because the spreads of the games are wild. You got that going off the playoffs. Okay, good. Yeah, let's talk about that. Jim's coming. UV game. Oh, can I have one? No, I thought you said like a drink. And then I went to shots and stuff. Jim said he's coming down. Todd was seriously debating on not coming down. So he would stay up and make sure he's awake to watch Detroit Minnesota. Yeah, I told last night I go send me pictures. I'll come check it out. But I told last night I go to find the on-off switch and do that. He goes throw in a code and do that. I understand that, but in I touch 300 of these a year. Yeah. On and off sometimes. I with coffee with Bailey's with so it's got Irish cream. Did he call Danny? Lewanowski? Yeah, Larry's in primo season right now. I know Caselli's been around like a freaking madman. Just half the dog, like where I'm working right now, because the gas main is freezing off, so he's getting all down. I see him up and down. No. The old main is leaking, like lets water in, then the water freezes. The gas doesn't freeze, the water does. It causes a big old problem. Oh, sounds like a joke. I do have a. Is it two? Residual cough. So I'll try to turn my head, but just so you know, like I'll try not to cough directly into it. Okay. I'm at the end. Sort of pointing up and outer space. Outer space. Outer space. Space. You guys heard Neil deGrasse Tyson's gonna be on the show today? Not this show, it's another show. Celebrity Jeopardy though, he's gonna be on. I don't know what he's gonna do on that. Yeah, whatever. I bet you he comes in third. Third? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he'd win. He's a smart dude. Yeah. But a lot of times it's like the pop culture ones that get those guys. Yeah, yeah. Although remember the dude who was like the guy a couple of years ago who was like third best Jeopardy.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's Sunday Fun Day, and we are live in the alley with Billy Trzynski and Josh Savali. Let's go, Buffalo! It's Sunday afternoon here in the alley. Wolfman is you at downtown Brewcombe Rally. Prognostication, hilarious jokes. So grab your beer, we're so glad you're here. We're live in the alley.
Hello, I remembered my gloves.
And welcome to Gloves
Yay!
Also live. Week 18 of the NFL is here. This is our 16th show of the season. Can you believe it? Me too. Well, did you watch the game last week?
Which one?
The Bills game versus the Jets.
That was fun.
It was 12-0 at halftime. Yep.
Then it was 40-0. Tyrod came in, threw a couple TDs for the Bills. Just the third quarter belonged to the Bills, and there was no doubt about it.
It was awesome.
Rodgers was QBR second lowest since
Ever?
There was something crazy.
Yeah. I don't know what it was.
And the
but
Bills, the last time Rodgers was in Buffalo for the Packers, he also had a ridiculously low QBR.
Bills own you.
Except for that time we got destroyed. Remember Allen's rookie year in Green Bay?
Oh, yeah.
That was horrible. That was like 44-10.
Yeah.
That was bad. But anyway, Bills crushed the Jets. Just kind of putting out any hope that the Jets could put a game together. Rodgers, Jimmer's got it covered there. Rodgers looked bad. The Bills looked like they should.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's to be that guy, but they looked like a little bit of a slow start. Well, not really. They scored.
They got a safety.
Yeah, safety. That's fun. First safety since the Detroit game on Thanksgiving 2 years ago. So that was cool. It was nice to see. What's that?
Jim called that.
Yeah.
He said it was going to
Oh,
happen.
that's true.
That's
I forgot.
So as we look back, the Bills Patriots today, second time in 2 weeks, so 3 weeks. There we go. The Patriots, as Jim will allude to later on, the Bills are playing for nothing except to stay healthy and get some guys some tape. The Patriots should be playing for less than nothing, which is the number one pick.
Yeah, they moved up a bunch of guys from the practice squad.
New England?
Yeah. So
And they got
they're
Christian
going to try to
Gonzalez out.
lose.
They should. I mean, they should absolutely openly, like the Browns yesterday. Why were they even trying against Baltimore at some point?
And Schefter just reported that Mayo is out after this game.
Really? So New England's going to be.
Elaborate.
Oh,
Jimmer says he's got more for that. Oh, the Browns did fire Ken Dorsey, so he's 2 for 2.
that poor guy.
I know. Well, screw him. He sucks.
Well, he didn't have the
horrible.
best situation there in Cleveland.
No. You
You
couldn't.
know.
Yeah, that's a walking nightmare, pretty much.
Yeah, got
Quarterbacks.
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. But nightmare
But he
number
couldn't
one.
make Josh Allen work.
This is true. He couldn't figure it out here.
Well, that's
He's a good
all
QB
right.
coach.
All right, you're done.
So let's play a couple numbers games.
Okay, I got a numbers game for you.
Oh, please.
I don't know if this has been told yet,
Okay.
but if a threesome is 3 people
Uh-huh.
and a twosome is 2 people,
Uh-huh.
what are you by yourself? Handsome.
At least it came with real firepower today. That is terrible. I got a numbers game for you. If a all right. So the Bills have 12 30-point games this season.
That's pretty good.
The NFL record is 13, set by the 2013 blankety blank.
New England Patriots.
No,
Oh,
I know. Denver Broncos
oh,
in 13 had
Okay.
13 30-point games, which is
Wow.
the NFL record. The Bills, hey, Jim. He's like, don't tell anybody I'm here.
Is that a Manning year?
Is 13 a Manning year? 15's a Manning year.
I would
Who would've
imagine
done
it
that?
is.
Is he there in 13?
Because
Or was it-
what other quarterback would put up that many points?
Osweiler. Or whatever his name
Maxim
was.
Lynch.
Brock Osweiler? No, you're right. I would assume that it's Manning.
Yeah.
The Bills, your own Buffalo Bills, lead the NFL in takeaways. They also have the fewest giveaways in the NFL. The last team to hold both of those, the 2011 San Francisco 49ers, quarterbacked by
Colin Kaepernick.
back one,
Alex Smith.
Alex Smith.
Alex Smith.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. So the Bills that's pretty cool there. Oh, another Manning note. So how many times has Josh Allen been sacked this year? In 17 games. Because we can still use the 17-game, schedule. 14.
Oh,
That has only happened 10 times since 2000. 4 of those times, it was Peyton Manning.
wow.
So the pocket presence, that's a accolade for Allen to share that pocket presence with someone like Peyton Manning, who was very somehow very elusive for not.
Bad. Are you kidding me?
Like, he would just he'd be like the Aaron Rodgers, the Tom Brady, the Peyton Manning, like wiggle in the pocket, which was amazing.
That's unbelievable that it's Peyton Manning.
Yep. So
The most immobile.
but he got rid of the ball. I mean, he slid around.
Yeah.
All right. Got another one for you. Numbers. The number is 1,000. The Bills have neither a 1,000-yard receiver nor a 1,000-yard rusher.
Until today.
Although James Cook could get it. Through 17 games, no team has ever scored over 500 points and not had a 1,000-yard rusher or 1,000-yard receiver.
Wow.
The Bills have neither of them.
You don't need it.
No, obviously not. What else? Your Buffalo Bills, the first team in NFL history to beat two 14-win teams in a single season.
Yeah.
Beat the Lions and the Chiefs. I thought that's impressive. Also in those games, Josh Allen, 700 passing yards, like 8 total touchdowns and no picks. With one pass touchdown, and this is not the stat you're thinking of, with one touchdown today from either Mitch Trubisky or Mike White, who both will be playing, the Bills can be the first team in NFL history to rush and pass for at least 30 touchdowns in a season.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So they have 60 total touchdowns between rushing and passing. That's insane.
No one rushes for 1,000. No one catches for 1,000.
And we can have 30 and 30.
Yeah.
And the Bills are one new pass catcher away. Somebody who hasn't had a touchdown reception this year, which could be your Reggie Gilliam, could be an offensive lineman, away from setting the NFL record for most different players with a touchdown reception in a season.
I'm going Gilliam.
I like Reggie too. Right? Quentin Morris has one. Quentin Morris had the awesome little flaily arm pass. Was it the Miami game, maybe? Yeah, that was awesome. So, yeah, a bunch of numbers, obviously a bunch of records. What we know it means is absolutely jack squat starting next week. But
starting this week, who cares what happens today?
Well, I know that. That's what I mean, starting next week. Well, what if they do get that one? That'd be cool.
Well, okay, all right, we'll take it.
I mean, we had Tyrell Shavers last week in garbage time.
That was
having
awesome.
70-yard. His first NFL reception goes to 70-yard screenplay touchdown. And he looked like a horse.
Oh, my goodness, is he fast?
Wow. Like, he got through the line, and it was just like, gunk, 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 gunk. I mean, that was, I don't care who was against, winning the game it was against. It was a really cool play.
There was no way anyone's catching. He was so fast.
And if you guys are familiar, Josh Allen has a handshake, a specific handshake with every single receiver, offensive lineman. He comes up, Shavers comes off the sideline, and him and Josh, there they are with their spectacular. Yep. Oh, and the coolest takeaway for me last week in that game, did you see? And they didn't show it on TV during the game. Did you see Keon Coleman's touchdown celebration?
I don't know.
So Coleman goes up, high points the ball. Remember, he was a college basketball player. So one of the offensive linemen is Coleman's kind of running off the field and running towards the Bills sideline. One of the offensive linemen goes like this, like a basketball hoop, and Coleman jumps up in the air and goes between his legs and dunks it to the offensive lineman's arm. I thought that was really cool. Good for him. Amari Cooper scores again last week. He didn't even make the trip to Buffalo. Some sort of personal matter.
Issue? Yeah.
Well, maybe he's got something going on. Maybe he's getting married again. I think he's married already.
I don't know.
None of my business. So anyway,
he's not going to tell us either.
Well, I called him. He didn't ever text me back.
Oh, I don't blame him.
Would you have worn gloves if I didn't text you?
Probably not.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have definitely forgot him.
The magic of the internet.
What do you want to do?
What's that?
What do you want to do?
I want to say one more thing. And that is, for the second time in 3 weeks, Jim's got to talk about the Patriots.
Poor guy.
It's time for
Jives with Jimmy!
I might as well just leave it.
Second time in 3 weeks, Patriots. Yeah, not totally pleased with it, but gotta do what you gotta do.
It's better than talking about the Jets again.
Enough about that.
He put the kibosh right on it.
To clarify, Josh, the Adam Schefter report, it was looking at coaches that they were leaning to have them out or leaning to be in for next year.
Okay.
So it's not official. They're not on
he's
record.
Thinking, so Schefter's saying,
Schefter's saying they're leaning towards having him out for next year.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, as you mentioned, we just talked about New England 2 weeks ago. Not a heck of a lot to cover today. I was going to say this is going to be short and sweet, but since the Patriots are 3-13, last in the AFC East, currently on their second 6-game losing streak of the season, instead of short and sweet, we're going to say it's going to be short and sour.
oh, I like sweet and sour sauce.
How about short and sour?
Short and sour sauce? Wait a second. What'd you call me?
Well, anyways, 2 weeks ago, New England came into Orchard Park. They played the Bills tough.
Sure.
They jumped out to a 14-0 lead before losing to Buffalo 24-21. Week 17, Patriots hosted the Chargers in a game that was flexed to a 1 o'clock start on Saturday in front of a national audience.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Not a good move by the NFL.
Yeah.
Game was not competitive from the start. Chargers jumped out to a 17-0 lead. Second quarter, New England had their only highlight of the day as quarterback Drake May threw a touchdown pass for the 8th consecutive game, setting a Patriots franchise rookie record for most consecutive touchdown passes. So kudos to him. Kudos. That was it for New England.
Yeah, highlights.
That was it. They're out. Chargers scored 23 unanswered on 5 of the remaining 6 drives of the game to take a 40-7 win. This was the 6th largest home defeat in Patriots history. The loss clinches a sub-300 win percentage for New England in consecutive seasons for the first time. Last season, they were 4-13 for a .235 percentage. They would need to win today to match that.
And they're, like we said before, they're stupid if they win.
Yeah, the only thing New England has to play for is draft position. They currently are in the number 1 slot, but if they do win today, they could put the Titans, Browns, or Giants in the top slot.
And the Giants screwed that up themselves last week by winning.
Correct.
Yeah.
A New England loss guarantees them the first overall pick in the 2025 draft. First time New England would select first overall since 93 when they took.
Drew Bledsoe.
Very good. Out of
Oh, Wazoo.
Washington State, yes. Bills are planning on playing their backups for most of today. It's going to be a telling sign of how the Patriots do. Do they keep their starters in, or do they start cycling in their backups as well?
Drake May also has a hand injury.
Actually, he got knocked out for a series last week with a head injury, but he's listed as questionable. But he is expected to start, and they said they are going to start him, get him some playing time. Playing time may be scaled back, leaving the possibility of fellow rookie Joe Milton III.
That's the word, and he's worth a look for other teams. Milton was with Tennessee, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He was selected in the 6th round of this past year's draft out of Tennessee. This would be his first playing time of the season. Looking ahead to next year's draft, if they don't trade out of their position, Patriots odds-on favorites to land Heisman Trophy winner Travis Hunter, dual threat wide receiver, cornerback of Colorado. Other teams projected to pick in the first 3 or 4 picks: Giants, Vegas, Tennessee. Probably going to go quarterback.
Yeah.
Whether it's Shedeur Sanders of Colorado or Cam Ward of Miami. Not only did Hunter win the Heisman, he also has the distinction of being the first collegiate player to also win both the Chuck Bednarik Award as the nation's best defensive player, as well as the Fred Biletnikoff Award as the nation's top receiver.
Guy was playing 130 snaps a game.
Yeah.
That's crazy. At a
Yeah.
high level. Ugh.
And that's it. I told you it's going to be short, a little sour, but that's all we got on the Patriots for this week.
Well, speaking of the college, real quick, stick on that real quick.
Yep.
College football semifinals coming up Thursday and Friday.
Yes.
Got Ohio State and Texas on Friday, and Notre Dame, Penn State on Thursday. Who you got?
I'm going Notre Dame on Thursday and Ohio State on Friday.
Ohio State, somebody made a great analogy. Ohio State, the game against Oregon the other day, was like at the end of Happy Gilmore when he learns how to putt. And it's like Ohio State, oh, we learned how to score again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we can do this. We're
They
really
were
good.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I'll go the same. Texas probably should have lost to Arizona State.
That was a great game. Fantastic game.
I can't remember what game it was, but the wide receiver was wide open, and he looked like he'd never caught a ball before.
Georgia, Notre Dame. The one
Was
guy from
it?
Georgia. Oh my gosh.
Like he hugged himself and totally missed the ball.
It went off of his hands as he's crossing his arms like this. It was
He
horrible.
looked like the most
Like he never caught a pass before, like you said.
never seen a football in his
No.
life.
Speaking of rookies, I don't know.
Sure.
And number game again.
All right.
1,000 yards receiving this year. 4 rookies have crossed the 1,000-yard threshold in 17 games, mind you. This is not with the 18th game yet, so it's still. I'm using the 17 game as a benchmark. You know, that 17-game season. Can you name the 4 rookies who have hit the 1,000-yard?
16 games.
The one for the Giants, Neighbors.
Perfect. 17 weeks. Yes, Malik Neighbors, whose name is not spelled the way you would think.
It's spelled like Malik.
Nabers.
Oh, I'm talking first name or second.
No, Neighbors. Not his first name.
Who are the people in your neighborhood?
Not
The
that one,
Maliks.
Mr. Rogers. It's spelled differently. All right, yes, Malik Neighbors.
Lad McConkey.
Lad, 2 Ds.
Lad McConkey. I don't know. The other 2.
Let's go with All right, Brian Thomas Jr.
Okay, for Jacksonville.
Yep, Jacksonville. And then there's one more, and he's not a wide receiver.
He's a tight end.
He's a tight end. Brock Bowers.
Okay.
Yep. Pretty impressive.
BB.
What's that?
BB.
And look at all 4 of those teams.
What's Matt doing over there?
Messing
I don't
with
know,
my
he's-
plow.
Yeah.
All 4 of those teams, only one is in the playoffs.
And Bowers needs like 9 receptions to set the all-time most receptions by a tight end in a single season. Not by a rookie, but just by a tight
By a
end.
tight end.
Period.
If not for Jaden Daniels and even Bo Nix for that matter, he'd be a shoo-in for Rookie of the Year.
Right.
Like he
Isn't
offensive
that
Rookie of the Year.
record Mike Ditka?
Yes, Mike.
That was
Ditka.
the rookie one.
That was the rookie one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Zach Eifert
Oh,
as
Eifert.
for
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty crazy stuff. Cool. It's time for Q&A with Double A.
All right. Speaking of crazy stuff,
All right.
Did you get it all fixed? Awesome.
Sorry, I missed your call.
Thanks for ruining the show.
I was Yeah. I was getting ready this morning when you called. Sorry.
Oh, hi, guys.
Double
That's
A.
a good entrance.
Okay.
Like we actually do a real show or something.
Yeah.
Rumor has it.
Oh, come on.
What do you mean? Oh, come on.
I haven't seen you guys since last year.
Oh,
Yeah, all right,
there
get
it
back out
is.
of here, 3 something.
There it is.
Just get out of here.
Handsome.
So I'm very happy that I didn't choose your joke because I actually looked at that one.
Are you
Jesus.
serious?
Yeah, I thought about it and I was like, maybe I'll save that for another time. And then as soon as you started, I'm like, damn it, he's handsome.
Joke. Yeah, all right, handsome. Like Jimmer said, oh, handsome.
All right, let's do end of the year awards.
All right.
I'm in.
So I'm gonna give
Scott
you
Reynolds, best songwriter.
Hey.
Got to make it up somewhere.
I'm gonna give you the 3 top in their field with yardage because that's what I'm using as my measuring stick. You can either pick from those 3 or go outside the box and choose your own MVP.
Oh, we're playing What's in the Box?
yes.
Ah.
All right,
That
so
went great.
At quarterback, the leading throwers are Burrow, Goff, Mayfield. All of them are over 4,200 yards. Nobody else has got to the 4,200 mark.
Mhm.
Who is your MVP?
Josh Allen.
Out of the box, Josh Allen.
Lamar's touchdown interception ratio is 41-4. That's ridiculous.
But his dudes are always wide,
Wide
open.
open. Yeah, I'll go Josh Allen,
But what
but
about Burrow? He's got 4,900 yards passing.
If the Cincinnati had a better record,
yes,
division winner, clinched a playoff berth, I'd go Burrow, but they don't.
I
He's got
feel
600 yards more.
I
from
feel
the backside.
when push comes to shove in the NFL, if the MVP race comes down to like numbers, that team better have 11 to 12 wins or more. That's
Or at least be in the playoffs.
But why should he be penalized because his defense is trash?
He didn't do enough on offense.
Well, that's why he's so good, because his defense is trash.
Yeah,
They didn't win enough games.
Yeah.
They didn't win
all
enough
the
games.
time.
Right.
All right.
No, Josh makes a really good point. They are.
have to
I got
throw the
Burrow
ball.
in mind for another award. I don't know if you get to it or not, but if you don't, I'll
Go ahead. Offensive player.
offensive player of the year.
And cutest?
Scott goes for cutest.
Bad dresser though. Yeah. You don't look it up. You'll be disappointed.
Have you seen his ottoman? Even worse.
I get the joke. I get the both of you. I got it. What about you?
What about your dresser?
No, about the MVP. No.
Are we talking the Empire? Or?
I got a futon for sale.
No, I to
Hey,
be
let's
honest,
call that a
if
flipping.
I'm picking MVP quarterback, I'm picking Burrow.
Okay.
I think his play has been out of this world.
It has.
He is literally the reason that they have any winning record at all.
Joshua Patrick Allen.
Well, you know, when I was watching the game yesterday, first drive, I was like, wow.
5 of 5 for
Yeah,
This is
they
amazing.
marched it right down.
Yeah.
But then they scored 4 field goals after that.
Yeah.
They did. You know what though, and that's another point to that. They couldn't keep their foot on the gas last night. They really couldn't. I was when
Well-
that first drive happened. I'm like, it's over.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be a blowout.
Yeah.
And then 4 field goals.
Pittsburgh. Tomlin again with sketchy coaches. Russell Wilson runs.
Caught it behind the line of scrimmage.
Yes,
He caught it.
and then Russell Wilson is running when he needs to obviously run out of bounds. He takes on a tackler.
Right.
Like what? For
You
what?
idiot.
Yeah. Anyway,
Baseball player.
they should have just like Kyler Murray.
All right, well, let's do the MVP of running backs. You've got Barkley with the only one at 2,000 yards. Henry is just under it with 1920. And Kyron Williams has 1,299. That's the next closest to those.
Barkley.
guys.
I mean, they're all outstanding seasons,
Yeah.
but if I had to choose
Yeah,
one, it's Barkley.
Barkley.
I don't know.
Well,
I think Henry's pretty. I think Henry's pretty freaking good.
He
is.
He's the reason
That Lamar's
They're-
so good. Maybe.
they are in the playoffs. I think. Like he is that good.
Yeah.
It literally has to go to Barkley just for the reverse jump over somebody.
Oh yeah.
That might be one of the
That play of the
greatest
year.
NFL
Highlights.
feats I've ever seen.
I think it's so
It was
stupid
so
looking.
impressive.
I think I
Like, you know, it's so hard to jump over guys going forward.
Yeah, he
He
does
was
it
like, no,
backwards.
I'm going to turn around and do it backwards. Like,
It was ridiculous.
I see where Josh is coming from.
But it looks so stupid.
I think you could have. I think 2 years ago you could have written Derrick Henry right off. Like he wasn't that great, and he's still
He's a
awesome.
beast.
And he catches the
fast.
ball. He's deceiving.
Yeah.
When he takes off, you're like, oh, they got him, and he's just then he's gone. Like last night, what a 47-yarder, gone. He's great, but Barkley. I mean, right team, right situation. You know, with him with that offense, this is a hell of a year, man.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Derrick Henry.
Yeah, it was yesterday, man.
yesterday.
all right, let's do MVP of wide receivers.
Uh-huh.
We got Chase with 1,700, St. Brown with 1,100, and I did it backwards. And then Jefferson had 1,400.
Chad, I go with Chase.
Chase.
Cincinnati.
So,
He's the man.
Yeah.
even though his team is a loser team, that's fine.
Yep.
But Burrow, fuck that.
Because there's
Well,
another
I don't cuss
guy
like that,
that
but-
plays in Buffalo that is going to get the MVP.
And we don't have a
deserves it.
1,700-yard receiver.
We don't have a 1,000-yard receiver. We have a 700-yard receiver.
Who's that?
Shakir. But yeah. Chase is he's
to
awesome.
be honest, that one's pretty easy. I
Yeah.
mean, he's almost at 2,000.
Yeah.
Like,
He's pretty great.
Jefferson's a close second, though.
yes.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Well, he's great too.
All right. So MVP of tight ends. Obviously, Bowers is leading it at 1,100. McBride is close with 10, and Kittle also has 10.
Bowers, I wouldn't put McBride up there just because he has one touchdown and that's it.
Right.
So I'm going Bowers, going with the rookie.
Yeah, gotta go.
Gotta go
If
with
not,
Bowers.
I go with probably like Kittle. Like Kittle's he's great, but he's been hurt. The whole team basically contracted syphilis or something.
Yeah,
They're all hurt.
Yeah.
But
whoever their trainer, he fired immediately.
Yes, she does.
I knew it was a lady trainer. That's why they're all hurt.
Oh boy.
All right. So, all right, the three teams that have given up the least points are the Chargers, Kansas City, and Philadelphia. Who is the MVP of defenses?
I go with the Chargers. They've been there all year, stout, giving up.
They've
the
been
fewest amount of
pretty
points.
much. I got to go in agreement with you. Pretty much from the start, they've had the least amount scored against them. They've been straight on through with that. And without their defense, I don't think they'd be anywhere close to being in a playoff position.
Their offense, like the Chargers' offense, has definitely improved under Harbaugh this year, but the defense has really kept them, like you said, kept them where they are in a good spot.
I think it's coaching.
Yeah.
It's definitely coaching,
Yeah.
and I would agree with the both of you.
KC has been stout. I mean, Chris Jones is on and Karlaftis is on. I mean, they're a really good unit.
I mean, that offense is nowhere near,
They would call
What
them
it
the
was,
UC unit.
right.
Yes.
and they only lost one game, and it's
Right.
basically because of that defense.
Yeah.
That's
But-
true.
I still stick with the Chargers, though. I think the Chargers have made the Chargers defense has made them better more than the other defenses. I know the point you just made about KC, but I feel
Yeah.
they're going to be good
I
anyway.
just had to throw it in there. I would agree with Chargers as MVP defense.
Yep.
All right. The three leading scoring offenses are Detroit, Buffalo, Baltimore. Who is the MVP of offenses?
Detroit.
I'd say Detroit as well, just because they play in the toughest division.
And they're the funnest one to watch.
Chicago's kind of a joke.
Right. But Minnesota and Green Bay, yeah, absolutely.
Both double-digit, victories.
Yeah.
You got two running backs, both over 1,000 yards. I'm going to
Goff
St.
is-
Brown over
Goff is
1,000.
awesome.
I think Laporta, his tight ends over 1,000.
Yeah, Laporta's that guy's awesome too. We forgot about him in the whole tight end
Yeah,
discussion.
he was like the fourth.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
I only did three.
Yeah, I go with the Lions. They're the funnest one to watch if you're not biased.
If you're like scoring,
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, our game was fun.
Yes, it was. Mostly because we won.
Yes. Okay, so that's it for rewards.
Rewards?
Yeah.
What about kickers?
Nah, to give a crap with them.
Boswell from Pittsburgh.
To be
86
honest,
field goals
yeah, probably.
made.
He's won them most of their games.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, I've got a couple jokes.
All right.
All right. This
Hopefully
show.
not the same as Josh. So, why is it okay for your phone to change buck to duck?
Why?
Because it's still foul language.
Did you pull that one out of your ottoman? Yeah.
All right. And then this one, I'm not sure if I love it, but I'm going to do it anyways. How does a rock pee? He Dwayne's De Johnson. All right, I'll see you.
I don't know if I want to smell what the Rock is cooking on that one.
Oh, no.
It's asparagus.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Now, let's all brace ourselves here.
All right.
We're going to play another song, and no one's going to say a word during it because Scott's here. It's time for quick picks.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for quick picks.
All right, Jimmer. So we've got, and then we can go through the playoff scenarios as we're going
Each game.
each pick here. Starting off with the 1:00 games today. Carolina at Atlanta.
Atlanta is giving 8. Carolina last week versus Tampa Bay gave up 551 yards of offense and 5 touchdowns. Carolina quarterback Bryce Young winless in 12 career starts on the road. Atlanta gets the division title with the win and a Tampa Bay loss. Atlanta has everything to play for. Carolina doesn't. Atlanta.
I mean, Atlanta replacing the quarterback was a very smart decision.
Even in a loss last week, it was a great game against Washington.
He still played well.
Oh, yeah.
And probably better than his predecessor would have.
And a lot of problems with clock management on that team, though, too.
The Carolina just has too many things wrong with them. I think Atlanta squeaks it out.
Carolina's bad. Atlanta should win it easily.
I'll go with Atlanta. Carolina, no longer, we've removed them from the frisky department.
Nope.
No longer frisky. Washington at Dallas.
Dallas at home getting 7 after having a league best point differential at home last season with a plus 172. Dallas has a league worst point differential at home with a minus 116.
Wow.
Washington has clinched a playoff berth. It's between them and Green Bay for the 6th and 7th seed in the NFC. I'm going Washington. They still looking in a better position.
Washington has to play for something, so they're going to play guys, right?
Yeah, Jaden Daniels start. Yeah, they're playing.
Do you think they play the whole game though,
No, I think enough to get a lead and
and then
And quit.
just hold on for the win?
Yeah.
All right, I'll stick with Washington.
I'll go Washington, but Dallas is that
I could
stupid team.
And they-
Dallas to cover the spread, but
Yeah.
Washington to win.
Okay.
And also, Dallas won that first meeting in such a wacky fashion.
Yeah.
That game was ridiculous. I go Washington. All right. Chicago at Green Bay.
Green Bay is giving 10. Bears 0-7 outright on the road this season. Green Bay head coach Matt LaFleur has never lost to Chicago. Green Bay has clinched a playoff berth between them and Washington for the 6 and 7 seed, as we just stated. The difference is Washington has the tiebreaker with a better conference record.
Oh.
So if they both win, Washington
still gets the better
actually
seed.
have the same record going in.
Yep.
Anyways, I'm going Green Bay. They need something to play for.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're in that point where are these teams actually going to play the whole game? So, but Chicago's just been so bad. I just
what a disappointment.
Yeah.
like after the beginning of the year where they just hyped that team up as going to be so good,
Yep.
and they just did not come together. Yeah, I'm not picking Chicago. That's for sure.
No, Green Bay wins this one because, like you said, Chicago. They started out great.
Yeah, they're like 4-2, and it looked like that Caleb Williams is going to be something.
Yeah,
And they have
But
ever since that.
Ever since that,
they showed us different.
Yeah, that's right. They proved us something. Yeah, Green Bay. In a game that means nothing except for possible draft pick status, depending on a couple other games. Texans at Titans.
I got Tennessee giving 1.5. Tennessee is 0-7 against the spread and 1-6 outright at home this season. A win could drop Tennessee to 7th in next year's draft.
Wow.
A loss puts them at least at number 2, possibly number 1.
Why even come through the door at that point?
Yeah, Houston is locked in as the 4th seed in the AFC. Will host a playoff game. From what I saw, Houston, though, they've lost 2 in a row, so you want to give their starters some time to get out there and play. I'm going to go with Houston.
Houston's going to get boat raced by whoever they play in the first.
Yeah, they're
Oh, no,
toast.
no.
They are toast.
That team is nowhere near good enough to be in there.
Yeah, like you said,
but-
unless it's Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Jim just said.
But they'll probably lose by 6 field goals.
Yeah.
There you go.
They're boat race in a different way.
Yeah. But in the sense of this game itself, Houston probably has more talent than Tennessee does in every section of their game. So I'm going to go with Houston.
Yeah, me too, but it's going to be close. It's going to be a 3-point game.
Sure. 3-0.
Sounds good to me.
Could be. These keep getting better. Jacksonville at Indianapolis.
Colts are giving 3.5, both eliminated from the playoffs. Jags have won 5 of the last 6 versus the Colts. Nothing to play for. Kind of who cares?
I may have never, ever not wanted to watch a game as much as this game right now.
Plus, Anthony Richardson is out. Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco.
Okay.
There's literally nothing in the game that I go, I'd like to see that.
Could this be Flacco's last game ever? I guess you could say that every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll be back. He'll sign up.
Yeah.
Like Carolina.
Taking a nap on the sideline.
Yep.
Who cares?
Yeah. I'll go with the WC on that one, but the Colts at home, I guess. The Giants at Philly. Is Saquon playing?
No, he is
No.
not. Philly is giving 2.5. Saquon Barkley is not playing. Giants could fall as far as number 9 in the draft order with the win. Currently, they're sitting at number 4. Giants 2-9 against the spread. They're past 11. Philadelphia locked in as the number 2 seed in the NFC. Last week of the season, Giants had nothing to play for. Philadelphia locked in a playoff. Giants won. I'm saying Philadelphia. Giants are just terrible this year.
Yeah. Who is even playing quarterback for the Giants nowadays? Is it
Drew Lock,
DeVito?
probably.
Lock?
Is he
Yeah,
healthy?
he's
Well,
basically auditioning for his
They were dumb enough to win last week. And they might do it again because they're the Giants.
Is that a lock?
I drew it out.
Get Malik Neighbors a quarterback.
Yeah.
They need to.
Yeah.
And there's not a great draft class for quarterbacks, but get them
Yeah,
somebody.
they're getting a
I
quarterback.
mean,
Yeah,
literally,
gotcha.
just bad quarterbacks are just throwing it up into the air, and he's going to get it.
Yeah. Yep. He had 3 catches for 110 yards at one point last week.
Yep.
So we all agree Philly just for Yaz. New Orleans at Tampa Bay. The Fighting Bakers.
The Fighting Bakers have the biggest spread of the week, or excuse me, of today.
Today, yeah.
Today. They're giving 14.5. Baltimore was a 20-point favorite over Cleveland yesterday. New Orleans has been held below 20 points in their past 5 games. Not cumulative, but
Yeah.
20.
Only adds up to 20.
Tampa Bay clinches the NFC South with a win or an Atlanta loss. I say Tampa Bay takes care of business easily.
Tampa Bay takes care of business.
I mean,
Yeah, they have to.
and that
It's,
would give them
uh,
the what seed? That'd be the 4th seed?
Yeah, they'd be locked in as the NFC
That is-
South
yeah.
division champs.
Right, and they have that's the weakest one, so they'd be the 4th seed.
Wait till we get to the Rams. We'll elaborate.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Speaking of the Rams, Kansas City at Denver this afternoon.
Denver giving 11. Denver clinches a playoff berth with a win or a tie. Denver 7-0 against the spread as a favorite this season. No team has ever gone 8-0 against the spread as a favorite. This is another one. 2 years ago, Kansas City played all their backups. Denver needed a win or something like that,
And
and Kansas City beat them. But I'm still saying Denver has more to play for.
Carson Wentz at quarterback for KC, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going Denver.
I mean, they gave him a run for their money last time they played.
Oh,
right?
yeah. A blocked
Missed
field goal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or block field goal,
they
yeah.
probably should have won the game.
Yep.
So I think they get it done this time.
Yeah.
I think so too.
They failed us last week in Denver. Keep Cincinnati out of the damn playoffs. Or keep Miami out of the playoffs. I don't play Miami 3 times.
Yeah.
Do it. Just do the damn thing.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. I don't know which LA. I'm going to go with the Chargers at Vegas.
Vegas is getting 7. Las Vegas quarterback Aiden O'Connell, 13-3 against the spread in his career. Chargers clinched the 5th seed with a win, 6th seed with a loss.
So they do have something to play for.
So yeah, I'm going Chargers.
Yeah, with something to play for, it's got to be because the Raiders are still trash.
Straight trash.
Bowers is great.
So you got to look at it.
MVP of tight ends.
If Chargers win, then they go to Houston. If they lose, they go to Baltimore.
Oh, I would.
Yeah,
I'd go to
you-
There it is.
you want to
There you
win
go.
that one.
There's the hit on that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Seattle at the Rams.
Rams giving 7.5. Rams sitting Matt
Yeah.
Stafford.
No one's playing.
Jimmy Garoppolo gets a start. I didn't
Oh.
even know he was on the Rams.
Jimmy G.
Okay, a win clinches the 3rd seed for the Rams. A loss and a Tampa Bay win gives Rams the 4th seed.
Oh, okay. So Tampa. Yeah. Wow.
So Rams, even though they're sitting Stafford, apparently, what I heard, Sean McVay doesn't care who they play.
Well, good for him.
But yeah, I'm going with the Rams at home.
Yeah, I don't know. Garoppolo was okay when he played.
What did he
It's
play
been
last?
It's been like 4 years, I think, since his own. What was he? Raiders head or the Raiders starting quarterback like
Yeah.
3 or 4 years
Yeah.
ago?
Yeah. Here in Buffalo.
Hey,
yeah.
what- So I don't know. I guess I don't care.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, if their own coach doesn't care, why
Right.
should I care?
I'll take Seattle on the road. Miami at the Jets.
Jets giving 1.
Ooh.
Last game
Handsome.
for Aaron Rodgers, conceivably.
No Tua, right?
No Tua.
Tua not expected to play. He's listed as doubtful, but all signs point to him not playing. That gives Tyler Huntley the start again for this week. Miami
He's not
gets
going to a play.
Nope. Miami gets into the playoffs with a win and a Denver loss. Miami takes care of business, but they don't get in.
No. The Jets are going to kick their ass.
Oh,
Aaron Rodgers
I'm
with his
also
first
going-
480-yard passing game.
is that game going to be on TV?
No.
That's
no,
actually the
no.
Fox game at 425.
Oh.
Oh my goodness!
Oh,
How
great.
dumb!
Awesome.
Not yet.
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
Jeez Louise. Antsy.
No, the Jets win this. 495 yards.
Okay.
Okay.
Now we broke 500, unless somebody says something quick. 510.
Jets already got players calling each other out after last week.
I know,
saying
that's
players
why it's
quit.
happening.
Who's going to win, Josh?
I don't care.
I'm going with the Jets. San Fran and Arizona. God, there's a lot of games that just
talk about a game that Arizona has lost 5 of their last 6. San Francisco has lost 6 of their last 7. Both eliminated from playoffs. Josh, I'm going to beat you to it. I'm going to tie.
Yeah. You already took my answer.
Well, F that. Let's do all ties.
Tie it up.
Since 2011, if San Fran misses the playoffs, they obviously miss the playoffs. If they make the playoffs, they go to the NFC title game. That's a crazy stat. And they will
Wow.
not be doing that this year.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy's out. San Fran wins by 60.
Oh,
Yep,
all right.
bold prediction. All right, the night game, possibly the game of the year, blah, 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 on paper. Minnesota at Detroit.
Detroit is giving 3. First matchup in the final week of the season to determine the number 1 seed in the conference since the 11-4 Giants met the 11-4 Cowboys in 94. Giants won that game 15-10. Hopefully this game has more scoring. Minnesota's 12-4 against the spread and has covered their last 4 straight. Winner, number 1 seed in the NFC with the bye. Loser would drop to the 5th seed, be the first ever 14-win wild card team,
Oh, my gosh.
and play at either Tampa Bay, Atlanta, or the Rams. Shootout. Minnesota covers the spread, but I say Detroit wins by 1 or 2.
The Minnesota defense is better than the Detroit defense. The Detroit offense is better than the Minnesota offense. It's just about what the level of that difference is. And I think the level of Minnesota defense is higher going that way. I'm going Minnesota.
wow. I haven't watched Minnesota at all this year,
Okay.
and I didn't know that they were that good.
Yeah.
But I gotta go to Detroit because I've seen them and they score.
Yeah.
They score.
I totally agree with Aaron on this. It comes down to Brian Flores and that defense just absolutely like confusing the hell out of people. And I think you can do that to Jared Goff.
Mm-hmm.
He's great he's the best quarterback in the NFL under pressure. So don't send pressure at him.
Yeah.
Block him up other ways. I do think it comes down to the better defense in this game. I'm going to go Minnesota as well.
I darn know about that.
Ooh, nice. Very nice. Anything else on playoff implications that we need to cover?
No, that's pretty much it.
Yep.
Oh, wait. Cincinnati, let's cover them because they played yesterday.
Yep.
They are in the playoffs if Denver loses and Miami either loses or ties.
Right? Yeah. Go Jets. Well, no, go Miami. Damn it, go Denver. That's what I'm looking for there.
I want a tie.
All right.
Can we get this man a tie?
Hey now. Finally, Bills at Patriots.
Patriots getting 3.5. Apparently, the last 10 times Bills and New England have played in New England, it's 5-5 matchup.
Wow.
New England is 1-6 at home, 2-14 at home, cumulative the past 2 seasons.
Wow.
Buffalo, nothing to play for. New England sucks. I don't care. Sorry. I know it's the Bills, but I don't care.
I mean, literally, if this wasn't my team, I wouldn't watch this game.
Exactly.
But
No, that's it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not giving you anything for that.
I am not doing shot club. It's one of those games where,
No.
I'm doing shot
Yeah,
club.
I'm going to do it.
all right, maybe I will.
Come on. It's New England. They're going to score at least 3 field goals.
Yeah.
That pays for
That
itself.
gets your money right there.
All right, Bills.
By $1 billion,
$500 million.
He's like his lip is
Million?
curling.
1,000.
Bills 11. Patriots.
2
2.
garbage time safeties.
A rouge.
Trubisky, he sucks.
Yeah, he does. I want to see Mike White in there throwing the
Yeah.
titles.
Oh, I'm down with that.
Yeah. That guy don't.
You think
care.
they'll just do half and half?
And the only way
Might.
maybe.
I can see that.
And the only guy that guy can't get folded in half is by playing on the same team as Matt Milano.
So if Matt Milano wants to get him,
He won't.
Hit him on the sideline.
Joe Andreessen, 68 tackles today. He's a leading tackler against the Jets last week as they're coming in the second half. That's crazy.
fourth quarter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Bills by $1 billion. Let's go. Playoffs next week, buddy.
Yeah.
Go Bills.